Thank you for joining us and welcome to the morning call. This is our special coverage of the Sierra Leonean election. Polls open today in Sierra Leone as the West African country votes in a third general election since the end of its brutal civil war, a horrible Ebola virus, and more recently, a deadly mudslide that's all killed several thousands. As Sierra Leoneans vote this Wednesday, they hope to elect a leader who can help them overcome these tragedies. More than a dozen candidates are vying for votes in today's election in what officials believe will be a peaceful democratic transition. Let us quickly bring you the profile of these candidates.
Sierra Leone will on Wednesday elect a new president to replace Ernest Bar Koroma, who is stepping down after 2 terms. There are 16 candidates on the list, and here are short profiles of the 4 most prominent ones. Samura Kamara of the All People's Congress APC, a career politician and economist by training, is outgoing president hand-picked successor. He served as the country's foreign minister until last year when he stepped down to pursue his bid for the presidency under the flag of the ruling party APC. During a presidential debate held on February 15, Kamara, 66, offered a political vision that adheres closely to the APC's platform for the last decade. Julius Mada Boa of the Sierra Leone People's Party SLPP. Boa, 53, briefly led a junta government in 1996 and is running for a second term after losing to Koroma in 2012. He has apologized for the conduct of troops who executed more than 20 people after a coup he joined as a young soldier in 1992. Kanda Ukela of National Grand Coalition splitted from the SLPP to form his own party last year, offering an alternative to the 2-party race that has dominated Sierra Leone politics since independence from Britain in 1961. Praise for focusing on the country's issue rather than appealing to regional and ethnic sympathies. Yekula has successfully leveraged social media to better appeal to more educated urban youth. Femi Claudius Cole is the only woman candidate in Sierra Leone running in the presidential election under the Unity Movement Party, which she also funded. The 56-year-old former nurse said she decided to enter politics to challenge the male-dominated world of politics and to increase women's visibility as well as inclusion. Politics in Sierra Leone has been dominated by 2 ruling parties since independence from Britain in 1961.
Alors, qui sera le prochain candidat?
So who'll be the next president? After the 16 candidates, there's only one female, Femi Claudius, and at 56 years of age, a nurse by profession, she's vying under the Unity Party ticket.
Et la candidate du parti Mouvement pour l'Unité, voici son portrait avec Chancela Ningui et Eric Oteng.
16 candidates will contest Sierra Leone's presidential election on Wednesday. Among these candidates is Femi Claudius Cole, the only female candidate to participate in the presidential race. The 56-year-old registered nurse of the Movement for Unity decided to enter the political race in order to increase the visibility of women.
I decided at the end of 2016 to start a movement, which we transformed into a political party. That was not an easy job. I think it's harder giving birth to twin boys than registering a political party here in Sierra Leone. But we were able to accomplish it. So that was my thinking that brought me into actually starting my own party. And also, I found out that I realized that the 2 main political parties that have ruled Sierra Leone since 1961 are parties which are based on region, i.e. tribe, which means you're going to be excluding people if they do not meet your profile. So I decided I wanted Unity Party.
Femi Claudius Cole will seek the support of Sierra Leonean voters on March 7, promising them to fight unemployment, improving health care and education. Sierra Leone is deeply rooted in an economic crisis caused by the collapse of iron ore prices, coupled with the recent Ebola epidemic.
On standby for us in Sierra Leone to monitor this election is Michael Oduor, Africanews journalist. He joins us now live from Freetown. Good morning, Michael.
Yes, good morning, Jerry.
How are you, Michael?
I'm fine. Just election day today.
Yes, indeed. D-Day it is for Sierra Leoneans today. How is Freetown this morning, Michael? Can you tell us what you have seen so far?
Well, Jerry, I have managed to visit a few stations since morning. And what I can say from what I've just seen is that people, or let's say voters, are enthusiastic, and you can even feel the mood here. Some even made sure that they slept in the polling station so that they can vote early. Though it's still early to say that the turnout will be high, but a few analysts earlier on predicted that the turnout can be as high as 80%, a figure that is the highest as compared from the past elections. So quite a number of stations have opened up since morning, and we are yet to see the turnout. I've managed to move along and see some opened. I'm not in a position to verify how many are open and operating actually, because, you know, we have several polling stations and hundreds are expected to open up. And not to forget to mention is that this election will be very unique since the National Election Commission put in place in each polling station a section where people with disability will actually use to vote. And of course, this will be a good initiative, and we hope that this will be integrated into other government projects in Sierra Leone. So in general, the mood is good, and we hope that this will translate to a peaceful election process, Jerry.
Surely we can believe that that's what everyone is looking forward to, that is the peaceful election process which you mentioned. Michael, from what you have seen so far, what is the voter turnout likely to be out of the 3.1 million voters registered? You say 80%. How true is this?
Like I said earlier, analysts in various discussion forums, you know, some have estimated that this election might drop up to 80% turnout, with over, you know, we expect over 3.1 million voters who registered to actually go and vote today. So the temperatures are not that bad, and people are actually seeing the urge to vote after months of campaigning that has seen the entire country gripped by election fever. So many Sierra Leoneans will now be hoping and praying that today's polling will be conducted in a peaceful, free and fair manner. But many are suspicious of the police motive in wanting to ban vehicle movement across the country, of course. And already it is being predicted that one of the candidates, we expect that the winner of the presidential election must at least attain 55% of the majority vote from the government. A runoff is likely to be held if one doesn't attain this, that is either on 14th or 15th of March, and at least within 2 days after the vote, Jerry.
Well, how prepared is the country for this moment? Votes to replace incumbent President Koroma, who has served 2 terms. How prepared is Sierra Leone for this day?
What I can say, they are well prepared, and of course, when you look at several lineups for the presidential contest, we have Dr. Samura and his ruling All People's Congress, that is a ruling party, and Samura was actually fronted by Koroma, who is the incumbent Koroma, who is actually now leaving. And then we have Dr. Kane Yunkela and this National Grand Coalition, and that is the Third Alliance. Then we have Julius Madaba, and of course, you have several candidates who are actually going to stand for various positions. Then Sierra Leone is still one of the poorest nations in this world, despite massive natural resources. And we have a diamond that sold a few months ago for almost 50 million that remain accounted for. So some are happy, but some are sad for this election because people are going to vote for different things. So it's quite unfortunate that people are now going to vote, but we have several corruption. But what I can say is that they are prepared for this, Jerry.
Well, we are actually paying a close attention, close monitoring of the situation. That's why we have you there, by the way. Thank you very much, Michael. And if indeed you have any new developments, do not hesitate to circle back to us, Michael.
Okay, Jerry. Thanks a lot.
All right, there.